So today, shit. I'm not feeling so hot, and I did say that I wasn't going to do my reviews. I always do my reviews. At least for the most part, I do my reviews. So, you know what, let me just get it out before the following chapter comes out this Thursday, alright? Even though, by some degree, I am quote-unquote late, it is what it is. So, One Piece chapter 790. This chapter, coming into the chapter, I wasn't that stoked because Oda had done, in my personal opinion, such poor build-up beforehand because it was just too much. It was just too much build-up. It was too much birdcage. I mean, granted, it's a very powerful skill, but I'm like, Oda, fucking speed up for Christ's sake, seriously. And finally, this chapter, we get the finale of the fight between Flamingo and Luffy. Now, again, the fact that I just said finally, as if like it's a relief that it's over, should not be the case. It should be, God damn it, it's over. But instead, no, it's over, and it's like something off our shoulders. So that's the way I perceive it. But that being said, even though we came in my personal opinion, weak, we got out pretty strong. Can't deny it. This last chapter was phenomenal. And more so than anything, I love seeing Flamingo on the offensive for the majority of the chapter. That was very enjoyable. When this dude, the flap, when he did the flap, the flap was sexy, man. I'm like, damn, just string spears for days. And I think, I'm not too sure, but I think that the string spears have, or stalagmites, whatever I want to call them, they have skewers, they have armored hockey tips. I'm not too sure, but the skewers themselves have like a shaded in tip. And maybe, because initially I thought that it was like the blood, because he was killing so many, or he was stabbing, can't say killed, but he was stabbing so many people with them beforehand. So I'm thinking maybe it's blood. But at the same time, from that gore standpoint, I think Oda doesn't normally do that, so I would go with armored hockey. Which, if that's the case, very impressive. Because he's doing it for a lot of string skewers. So goddamn many. And when Luffy finally transforms into his Gear 4 state, and he goes to the sky, and Flamingo, he's like, do you not know my moniker? You have balls taking me on in the air. And I'm like, oh, of course, the Sky Demon. And when he delivers his final attack, we didn't get to see what it could do, per se. But, I mean, the name. 16? Sacred Bullets of the Assassin. Some shit like that. We're getting holy. We're getting like on some Buddha enlightenment stuff going on here. I mean, granted, he is an awakened paramecia. So, like, it was just cool. Flamingo really pulled out all the stops. And granted, you can never really say that Flamingo is on the same level as Luffy because Luffy got mad help from Law. But it shows you just how powerful these guys are and how much more he has to work on from a power standpoint, Luffy. Because, yeah, he went through 2 years of training, but understand that most of these dudes are at least twice the age of Luffy. Honestly, if there's another time skip, and Luffy gets the One Piece, or whatever, if he's able to reach his goal without exceeding the age of 25, to me it's kind of bullshit. It really is. Because there's too many people in the New World that are honed veterans, that understand hockey far more than he does. He knows the basics. Flamingo, like, he's up there. He's up there, at least from a Duffroot standpoint. He's an awakened paramecia. Hockey-wise, I'm not too sure where he stands hockey-wise. But nonetheless, like, to me, it's another marker of how far they have to go in order to reach that level of being Yonko, let alone Roger, let alone beyond Roger. Now, finally, Luffy delivers... Oh, before you get to the final attack, Luffy did have a flashback of Rayleigh. And how he was fighting some of these creatures on the island that he was in, and how one of the creatures was so damn big that not even the normal Kong gun could take it out. So he had to improvise. And we see him do so by biting into his armor hockey arm, again, blowing even more air, therefore increasing the muscle elasticity even further and making the King Kong gun. Now, I don't know how he actually bit into his own armored hockey arm. Like, I'm thinking that maybe he put armor hockey on his teeth or some shit like that. Like, that's crazy. Armor hockey on his teeth to bite into his own arm with armor hockey. Maybe. But what Rayleigh says is very obvious. He says, and we all know this by now, like, the Gear 4 puts too much stress on Luffy's body. So Luffy would be far more devastating if he actually learned how to master Gear 4, like he did Gear 2 and Gear 3. So, like Luffy himself, from a duck food standpoint, has a long way to go, let alone hockey. You see what I'm saying? Now, the final attack, the King Kong gun, devastating. Very impressive. I mean, like, the city folded in on itself like a fucking sandwich. And Flamingo, you know he's done because the specs are off, man. The specs are shattered. They're gone. And the fact of the matter is that Flamingo is falling down some abyss that Luffy created with that one punch. And I really want to see the end result. Like, in this chapter, we get to see the immediate result. But I want to see the true end result of what Luffy did to Flamingo. Now, Flamingo, coming back from this, I don't see it happening, obviously. Again, if the glasses are off, so he should be done. Now, is he dead? That's the question. Is Flamingo dead? I don't think so. Because I can't really recall a single time where Luffy has actually killed his opponent. I just can't. Because if you haven't read the manga, you can assume that some characters may be dead, but if you read the manga, Oda, like for example, CP9, Rob Lucci, he never killed Rob Lucci. Why? Because we see in a cover story, Rob Lucci's still alive. The same for Enel and whatnot. Well, Enel we saw him at the end of the anime, like going up to the moon. Well, you get my point. The point here is that I don't recall Luffy ever killing anyone. Therefore, I can't say that he actually killed Flamingo. But now that he's KO'd and Birdcage is over, I don't know how they're going to escape, but they're going to escape somehow. That's my personal opinion. And because I highly doubt that they're going to stay in jail in Dressrosa for like forever. There's no way in hell. Plus, you know Kaido's going to come in there and be like, yo, where's my shit? Like, where's my fruits? I need some fruits. No fruits? All right, fuck the island. Whole shit is gone. So now what happens from here? Obviously, we're going to spend a few more chapters on Dressrosa. You know, the aftermath of the battle, the rebuilding part of the arc. And then we're going to focus, hopefully, on going to Zou, hopefully on Sanji and company, see what's going on with Sanji and Big Mom and whatnot. Or perhaps even get to see Kaido. Because Kaido's going to hear about Flamingo's loss. Oh, yeah. And you know he's like, oh. So who killed Kaido? Or who beat Doffy? Monkey D? I got some bones picked with you, boy. And he's coming for him. So that's going to be very cool, too. So that's it overall, the chapter. I thought it was actually a very good chapter. So I'm going to give it a good plus to great. I'm going to give it a great chapter. It was a great chapter, One Piece, and I will see you guys later. King Lightning, rate the video as always. Comment and subscribe. Have a nice one.